Hey Greg, here's the circuit that you can do when you're traveling. I'll go through that real quick. Then also want to remind you that we went over that single leg deadlift. So from the side, it's the best way to see it because we're talking about pivoting through the hip and making sure that on that planted leg, so if I'm balancing on my right leg, I'm focusing on shifting that hip back, keeping a slight bend in the leg so I'm not squatting, and I'm trying to teeter through that hip, but I'm not in my toes. So I'm thinking about pushing my hip back, just like when we do the deadlift with the bar. Okay, so you got a couple different options. You can use one dumbbell, in which case if I had it in my right hand, that would mean the right leg was going up in the air, and I'm shifting my left hip back. Or I can use two dumbbells. Okay, it's going to make your balance a little bit easier, but you're probably going to have a little bit more load. Okay. Or if I wanted to do it just as a warm-up, like on my, you're doing your interval day, you could do it with no weight and work on reaching and extending the leg. Okay. And as I get better at it, then I don't need to put my foot down. So if I'm doing it with dumbbells, instead of tapping each time, I'm going to keep it off the ground and go right in to the next rep. Okay, so we're going to replace that exercise for the ball hamstring curl. You can still do the ball hamstring curl exercise on your with your core circuit, or again as a warm-up for your cardio days. It's still a good exercise. It still works the glutes, but on just your strength days, you can pick either your straight, your barbell deadlift, or the single leg deadlift, or you can do both if you have time. We also talked about doing the I's, Y's, and T's on the ball. So remember, you're going to be in that prone position to work on that shoulder mobility while your shoulder's kind of healing up a little bit, so we're not just keeping it dormant. We're still working on some range of motion, but just body weight, nice controlled tempo. So 1, 2, 3 movements would be 1 rep, maybe 10 to 12 reps, maybe do a couple sets. Again, as part of your warm-up, or you could do it on your core days. Really, you could do that one every day because it's kind of a mobility exercise. Okay, so a couple things to remember. We replaced the single leg deadlift for the ball hamstring curl on your straight days. You can do one or the other, straight, deadlift, single leg, or both. And again, on the single leg, you can do 2 or 1 dumbbell. 1 dumbbell, same side as the leg going up. Okay. The circuit that you can do when you're on the road or where you're traveling, and this goes for any trip. Again, we talked about doing a set amount of time. So start out maybe with 15 minutes. It's going to be a little bit different than just running. So try 15. If that felt like I could have went another 5, bump it up to 20 minutes. Maybe working up to 25 minutes. And again, you're going to pick the number of reps you want to do for each exercise, and then see how many rounds you can get through with no rest between rounds in that allotted time that you've chosen. So the first exercise we talked about was a push, so our push-ups. And remember, we talked about trying to keep this forearm vertical, so shifting our weight a little bit more forward on the push-up. So instead of coming down here where my elbows are shooting back, trying to keep that forearm position a little bit more upright. Okay, pick the number of reps, 10, 12, 15. I was thinking maybe 10 to 12, since you're probably going to be doing multiple rounds. From there, with your bands, we'll do 2 back-to-back band exercises. If you can get a good low anchor point, then we'll do our bent over row. If you feel like you need more resistance, you can go 2 handles. So you've got double the resistance. You could even do 2 bands, so you'd have basically 4 bands. You can do single arm on each side. Okay, and then from there we'll go same position. We'll go into that tricep kickback, where we're keeping our elbows locked in, pressing back. 2 arms, or again, you could go single arm. Pick the number of reps each side. So we're doing push-ups for a push. We do the pull, and then we go with a little bit more arm work with the tricep kickbacks. Then we'll get to the legs, the elevated split squat. I'm using a chair here. You could just do your regular, like you've been doing, just body weight, hands behind the head, or you could have the hop, which you can do a little bit more challenging. So you can decide, you pick the number of reps, maybe 10 to 12 on each leg, maybe 10, especially if you're adding the hop. If you wanted to add load, remember we talked about either wearing your backpack or holding the backpack in front. You could do that instead of the hop. If you wanted to do that with the hop, even more challenging. From there, we're going to go to our body weight squat. Trying to get to parallel with our quads with or without the backpack, or you could do squat jumps. Okay? From there, we'll do the split squat jump, which we talked about. Basically getting into a lunge position and then alternating legs in the air. And I'm still not letting my knee get out past my toes, so still good lunge form. Or you could just do a body weight lunge and back, alternating legs. Okay? Or you could wear the backpack or hold the backpack and do that body weight lunge. Forward and back on each leg and then alternating legs. Instead of the ice skater, just because you might be on carpet in your hotel room, might not be real stable, we're going to have you do a burpee. So the burpee, you're going to go hands down, feet out. So I'm basically in a push-up position. Quick with the feet coming up flat, and then I stand up tall. So out. So it's a quick movement, and then I'm standing up tall, so my hips are fully open, and I'm not finishing here, rounding the back. So down, push the butt back, feet out. I'm activating my shoulders. Flat feet, so if I need to go wider with my feet, that's fine. And then stand up nice and tall. And again, maybe 10 to 12 reps. So we did push-ups. We did pull, 2 or 1 hand. Tricep kickback, 2 arms or 1 arm each side. Then we did elevated split squat with or without the hop, or with load if we wanted to, body weight squat with or without the backpack, or we could do the squat jump. And then we went to burpees, or I'm sorry, we went split squat jump, or we could do body weight lunge forward back on each leg, or we could do the lunge forward and back with the backpack in front or back, and then burpees. Okay, so you've got push-ups, row, triceps, split squats, which is 4, body weight squats, 5, the split squat jump, 6, and then the last one for 7 is burpees. So 7 exercises. You pick the reps, you pick the allotted time you're going to do that circuit, and then kind of progress from there. Start at 15 or 20, work your way up to 25 minutes. Again, it's a maintenance routine, so frequency is the key. They're not real long workouts, they're pretty intense, probably break a sweat, but doing it once or twice over your trip, not going to make a huge difference. You want to shoot for daily really, or every other day, and if you can get some running in, that'd be great to kind of mix it up. But we're just trying to maintain what you've already developed. So if you have any questions, go ahead and email me. Have a good trip.